Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from Group 1 will discuss nouns, verb, and adjective. For Mas Angga, please explain about nouns.
Okay, Assalamualaikum all. I will explain about noun. A noun is a word used to identify a person, place, thing, or idea in a sentence. It serves as the foundation of both of the subject and object in a sentence, often becoming the focal point of communication. Nouns can range from naming specific individual, location, tangible object, abstract concept, to even idea. For instance, cat, house, love, and happiness are all examples of nouns. In a sentence, noun can function as the subject performing an action or as the object receiving the action. Next, noun as subject and object. Subject, noun that perform action in a sentence. For example, in the sentence, ball bounce. Balls is the subject because it performs the action. Object, nouns that nouns that receive action in a sentence. For instance, in a sentence, Jill is petting a dog. A dog is the object because it receives the action performed by Jill. Next, noun as object of preposition. Prepositions are words that indicate temporal, spatial, or logical relationship between nouns in a sentence. Examples of prepositions include at, in, on, to, it tends. Nouns often function as object of preposition. For example, in the sentence, at the leg. The leg is the object of the preposition at. Next, adjective with noun. Adjectives are used to describe or provide additional information about nouns. They can be placed before or after nouns in a sentence. Examples of using adjectives with nouns include a cute doctor, big horse, delicious ice cream. Next, next is nouns, singular and plural form. Singular and plural form overview. Singular nouns indicate one object or concept, while plural nouns indicate more than one. Usually, to make a singular noun plural, we add the suffix s. 1. Formation of plural. A. Singular nouns ending in a consonant add s. B. Singular noun ending in a after a consonant change y to I and add as. C. Singular nouns ending in y after a vowel add s. D. Singular noun ending in f or v change f or v to p and add is. A. Singular noun ending in o add is unless followed by a consonant then add only s. Next, irregular plural form. Some nouns have irregular plural form that do not follow the usual rules. For example, children, men, mice. Other examples include food becomes sweet, tooth becomes teeth. 2. Nouns. Irregular plural form. Certain nouns have irregular plural form that need to be remembered separately. By understanding the rules for forming singular and plural nouns, as we as irregular plural form, we can express ourselves more in English. Next, next is possessive nouns. Singular possessive noun. Used when one object or person, process, or is related to something. Format by adding an apostrophe and s to the singular noun. Example: the dog, the dog's color is blue. Indicate that the dog's color is blue. Plural possessive nouns. Used when more than one object or person possesses or is related to something. Format by adding an apostrophe and s after the plural noun. Example: the dog's color are blue. Indicate that the dog color are blue. Next, nouns, count and non-count. Count noun, singular, used to refer to a single object that can be counted individually. Example: a pen, one pen. Plural, used to refer to more than one object that can be counted. Example: pens, three pens, some pens, a lot of pens. Non-count nouns, singular, used to refer to a concept or substance that cannot be counted individually. Example: jewelry, some jewelry, a lot of jewelry. Plural does not have a plural form. Example: there is not plural form for jewelry. Next, some common prepositions: across, in, at, of, between, on, by, to, for, with. Okay, please continue the presentation.
Okay. Application. Count nouns are used for objects that can be counted individually, such as pens and books. Non-count nouns are used for concept or substance that cannot be counted individually, such as jewelry and salt. In everyday usage, it is important to understand the difference between count and non-count nouns to use nouns correctly in the appropriate context. Measurement with nouns. Noun. Unspecific quantity. Use when we do not specify a specific quantity of noun. Example: I like some juice. I would like some juice. Specific quantity. Use when we provide a specific quantity of a noun. Example: I like a glass of juice. I would like a glass of juice. Application. In everyday usage, we use some to indicate an unspecified quantity of a non-count noun, such as some water. When we want to specify a quantity of non-count noun, we use specific terms like a glass of, a glass of, a cup of, a cup of, or a piece of, a piece of. Other examples include a head of lettuce, a head of lettuce, and a loaf of bread, a loaf of bread. Number 2, verbs. In English, each verb has 3 different forms. namely verb 1 or infinitive verb, verb 2 or past simple, and verb 3, or you can call it past participle. The three verb forms have different ways of use. You can see the table below. Verb 1, reef. Verb 2, reef. Verb 3, reef. Irregular reading. Verb 1, eat. Verb 2, eat. Verb 3, eaten. Irregular eating. Verb 1, watch. Verb 2, watch. Verb 3, watch. Irregular watching. Infinitive verb. This is the most basic form of the verb. Usually, this verb is used in the simple present tense and various continuous tense. That is, you can use the basic form of verbs to create sentences that show fact, habit, or circumstance that occurred in the present or in the past. The use of infinitive verbs in the simple present tense is written without any affix. An example of using these verbs in a sentence is I watch movie every day. The sentence indicates a habit in which the author states that he watches movie every day. Meanwhile, verbs 1 must be affixed plus ing in sentence that belong to the simple present continuous. For example, I am watching Ghostbusters right now. The reason is this sentence indicates an event that is taking place at this moment. Verb 1 can also be used in simple past continuous with the same formula as it is used in simple present continuous. For example, I was watching Ghostbusters when my mother came into my room. The sentence indicates something that was going on in the past. Simple past. Next, the second form of the verb is referred to as verb 2 or simple past. This verb form is used in sentences that describe event in the past. Usually, the verb form 2 and 3 are often the same. However, there are some verbs whose verbs 2 and 3 have different forms. Verbs whose second and third form are different are referred to as irregular verbs. Meanwhile, verbs 2 and 3 have the same form are referred to as regular verbs. An example of the second form of regular verbs is verb 1, which is affixed with a, the, or it at the end of word. For example, reef is written as reef as its simple past form. In a sentence, the use of the second form could be something like this. He arrived at my house yesterday night. It means he reached my house yesterday night. This explains an incident in the past. Meanwhile, the writing of second form verbs in irregular verbs varies greatly because there is no definite rule about this. For example, the word eat has a second form written ate. Therefore, this use in the sentence becomes, she ate pasta with me yesterday. which mean dia makan pasta denganku kemarin. Number 3, past participle. The third form of the verb is referred to as the past participle simple part. Verb 2 is used to create sentences that indicate an event has been complete. However, this does not rely on the past alone. The reason is you can use past perfect in the present perfect tense, past perfect tense to future perfect tense. In past perfect tense, verb 3 is used to describe an event that occurred before a certain time in the past, but its use serves to emphasize the result. For example, I had eaten my lunch before I went to my friend's house yesterday. Meanwhile, in the present perfect tense, verb 3 is used to describe an event that indicates an event that has been complete. For example, I have finished my lunch. Then, in the future perfect tense, verb 3 is used to describe something that will definitely be complete in the future. For example, I will have finished my lunch before I go to my friend's house tomorrow. Next.
Next, I will explain about adjective. Adjective are generally used to describe nouns. Adjective in English come before nouns. For example, beautiful dress, dress yang cantik, smart lady, cute cat, black hair. Attention. Next. Adjective characteristic. Some characteristic of adjective can be added with adverbs reinforcing. For example, very and very can be added with adverbs of comparison. For example, more or most repeatable. For example, neatly. Next. Adjective function and example. First, possessive adjective. Second, descriptive adjective. Third, numeral adjective. Fourth, quantitative adjective. 5, proper adjective. 6, distributive adjective. Next. First, possessive adjective mean an adjective that can be used to indicate the meaning of the pronouns possessive, like my, your, their, our, his, and her. Maksudnya adalah kata sifat ini bisa digunakan untuk menunjukkan makna ganti kepunyaan. Example, my cat is so cute. Kucingku sangat imut. Your wallet is beautiful. Dompetmu sangat cantik. Their house is big and clean. Rumah mereka besar dan bersih. Our team is solid. Tim kita kompak. His friend is so polite. Temannya sangat sopan. Their new pay is funny. Keponakannya lucu. Next. This second descriptive adjective, it means adjective that describe the nature of humans, animals, or things. Maksudnya adalah kata sifat ini menerangkan tentang sifat manusia, hewan, atau benda. Contohnya, that man is fat and funny. Pria itu gemuk dan lucu. The hedgehog is small and cute. Landak ini kecil dan imut. The building is big and tall. Gedung ini besar dan tinggi. Third, numeral adjective. It means adjective that indicate the meaning of a calculate number or the amount of something. Maksudnya adalah kata sifat ini menunjukkan makna bilangan hitung atau jumlah sesuatu. Example, this is the second time I see her. Ini adalah kedua kalinya aku menemuinya. The competition will be held for few weeks. Pertandingan ini akan digelar selama beberapa minggu. Next. For quantitative adjective, it means adjective that describe a certain number of objects, using words such as little, much, no, any, some, enough, whole, sufficient, and half. Jadi maksudnya adalah kata sifat ini menjelaskan benda dalam jumlah tertentu. Example, she adds too much sugar to the cake. Dia menambahkan terlalu banyak gula dalam kuenya. Grandpa ate a little meat last night. Kakek memakan sedikit daging tadi malam. I will take the whole family there. Saya akan membawa seluruh keluarga ke sana. 5. Proper adjective. It means an adjective that describes an object with a specific nouns. Maksud dari kata sifat ini adalah suatu kata sifat yang menjelaskan suatu benda dengan suatu nama dari benda tertentu. Example, West Sumatra cuisine has even been elected as the most delicious food in the world. Makanan dari Sumatera Barat pernah terpilih menjadi makanan terenak di dunia. The Northern Hemisphere has beautiful views. Belahan bumi bagian utara memiliki pemandangan yang indah. Next. 6. Distributive adjective. It means adjective that function to divide a noun in sentence, such as each, every, either, neither. Maksudnya dari kata sifat ini berfungsi untuk membagi sebuah kata benda dan kalimat. Example, librarians lend the books to each student. Pustakawan meminjamkan buku kepada setiap siswa. He received the money every month. Dia menerima uangnya setiap bulan.
Okay.
Thank you.
In conclusion, nouns, verb, and adjective are the essential building block of language, providing us with the tools to articulate our thoughts, describe our world, and convey our emotions. Together, they form the backbone of communication, allowing us to create vivid imagery, express action, and add depth to our expression. Mastering this fundamental element empower us to communicate effectively and engage with others in meaningful ways. Let us continue to explore and appreciate the beautiful language as we navigate the endless possible it offers. From us, Group 1, we would like to express our gratitude. Please feel free to ask any question by commenting below. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.